All right, guys, well, I'm back today with another great high-value option for a red dot on a handgun that fits the RMR footprint. This is also pretty cool because it's an affordable option with a multi-reticle design, which we'll be talking about in this review. It's actually the VOTATU PMD504 available on Amazon, and it generally sells for about $130 to put it into perspective. It also has free Prime shipping, but for the release of this video and specifically for my viewers, there's a discount code that's going to get you 10% off, dropping the price down to about $117 again, making it such a high value option. Before we get too far into it, I do want to give a huge shout out to Nautilus Ammunition for supporting the channel and sending out some ammo. They also created a code 704 Tactical for 5% off your order. They have bulk pack options, and the 124 grain packs a punch, some of the stoutest 124 grain I've shot. If you've ever had a handgun that struggles with weaker powered ammo and you want a little bit more oomph, definitely try out this ammo. And again, don't forget that code 704 Tactical. Now back into the red dot review. Inside the box, you actually get the optic itself mounted to a plate specifically designed to hook to a pick rail, but it's designed to fit on an RMR style pattern. If you're confused with what this will fit on, the best thing to do is look up the instruction manual for your particular handgun and see what type of optic it fits. There's two main categories, or there's a plate system on a lot of different Glock MOSs and Canic pistols. So what you'll want to do is see if your handgun can accept the RMR footprint pattern, and this one will fit your handgun. In fact, this is the Palmetto State Armory Dagger series, and I've got a ton of reviews on this handgun and slides, and half of their handgun slides are going to be the RMR footprint, and this will fit, and the other will be the doctor cut, and you'll have to select something different. Now this is pretty slick because it combines a ton of features into one affordable optic, and one of the first features I want to discuss is the hood over the front of this optic. Now that may seem trivial to a lot of people, but you can see how it's flat right here, so if you did have a front-facing sight on some of the dagger slides, it should clear that, then taper up. This protects the actual front lens from the elements and damage while bumping, and if you wanted to rack the slide with the optic itself from that hood, you're not going to actually mess up the glass. So a very nice feature right there. You can also tell this is a low profile design with an iron sight built into the back, so you can completely co-witness your iron sights, which works out great. Or if you have to remove your iron sight or you have a low profile iron sight, you can utilize the one built into this red dot. So right off the bat, we already have some pretty cool features. It's also a side battery compartment, and you can swap out that battery without dismounting the optic and losing zero, which is key. The controls themselves to control the up and down are pretty well protected and flush facing, so you're going to have no issues there. And then the push button controls are located on the side. The other cool thing is this guy gets insanely bright down at the range. Now, it's hard for the camera to pick up, but this is a circle dot, just a dot, or just a circle, depending on the configuration you select. Now, it's going to be very hard to see on camera. No matter what I do, it's just going to be difficult to see. But you can take a look at some of those reticle specs and features on the Amazon link. But in a nutshell, you're looking at a 2 MOA center dot, which is great, and a 62 MOA circle, which is like the donut of death. It works out incredibly well for CQB shooting. One thing I want to note too is a lot of optics on the market, especially in the high value price point, don't necessarily get bright enough for like super bright sunny days in all lighting conditions. This one gets plenty bright. If you find yourself with the circle dot not quite getting bright enough that you want, you can actually switch to the dot, and then man, does it get even brighter. So it's just a good option all around. There's no lighting condition that this optic won't work in. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated. Combine that with the protection of the hood, you're going to be able to shoot this in the rain, drop it in some water, and you're going to be good to go. It's also very shock resistant, and I've run a lot of rounds through this on top of the Dagger with that Nautilus ammunition with no issues whatsoever. I even ran some of the hotter ammunition for this particular review. It mounts up rock solid, nothing walked loose, nothing shifted zero. I started shooting it initially, sighted it in, confirmed zero, ran a bunch of rounds through it, and shot it again, and it absolutely held zero. So no issues there whatsoever. It also has that auto on and auto off technology, which I highly recommend. Honestly, I don't recommend purchasing a handgun red dot without that technology. So after about, I think they said like 250-ish seconds, it goes into sleep mode, 225. it goes into sleep mode. Then when it senses motion, it automatically turns on. So for about the week that I've had it, I've been playing with this. Every time I pick it up, it's automatically on. I've put it on a table independently, and I actually request two models, or two of the exact same models, I guess 2-piece sample of this, and I put them both on the table and would make sure they automatically turned off and then automatically turned on. I was doing the testing for about a week on those, as well as a couple of range trips with no issues whatsoever. In summary, this is one of the absolute best high value and budget red dots you can get on top of a handgun that has the multi-reticle design. There's some other ones I've reviewed on the market that are a little bit more expensive than this, and I really like those as well, but some of those do not have the multi-reticle design. If you're trying to figure out which one for you, the best thing to do is go through a lot of those previous videos and really dig in and see what types of specs and features are key to you. Again, this gets super bright for any daytime condition, but I have seen optics get just a touch brighter if that's really a pet peeve of yours. But I haven't seen any that do the multi-reticle design with the hood, with the side battery compartment, with that 50,000 hour auto on and auto off technology. I mean, it's just a solid red dot for the money. And having that multi-reticle design is pretty darn awesome, especially in an optic that's going to be about $117. It's worth every penny, and I can highly recommend it. It's going to stay permanently affixed to this handgun. I've fallen in love with it. I think you will too. Again, all the information, linking and codes for this, as well as the ammo, will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.